Hey everybody, Robbie here at RV Sales of Oregon. Today I get to show you this 2014 Pleasureway. This is the Mercedes, the house made by Pleasureway, obviously on a Mercedes chassis. Low miles on this bad boy. These things are awesome. They get super low or super high fuel mileage. Mercedes might tell you about 20. That's not true. It's probably about 16 to 18, but still, in an RV game, that's huge. And drivability on these is about as easy as you're going to get in a fully self-contained rig. Let's do a quick walk around so you can see how beautiful it is. You are fairly tall, but not overly tall. I think you're just over 8 feet there. With your AC unit up top, maybe close to 9. But at the roof, you're just a little bit over 8. A beautiful front grille on it. Mercedes has done so well with their Sprinters, making them look nice. Coming around to the side, you'll start seeing stuff here. We got our fuel tank there. Utility shower there, so outside shower. A lot of people are putting little, stands here to stand on and wash themselves that way. Just you have a shower on the inside as well, but a little bit more space out here. Kind of a nice thing if you're in a private area. I actually don't remember what's here, so I'm gonna look and find out with you. Oh, that's your dump station. Kind of nice. It's not exposed. So just hook up your septic or sewage tank or sewage hose and dump from there. Here we've got just little hookups. So you have a shutoff for your propane. You have city water fill-ups, power hookups, and cable TV if you're at somewhere that you can hook up cable. This is just your water heater here and your refrigerator exhaust there, as well as your furnace exhaust there. In the rear, we do have a dually, pretty standard on these Sprinters, but just more secure, can hold more weight there. We have the exhaust here from our diesel, Cummins diesel owning generator. So, longevity of those are about as good as a generator can get. On top of that, being that it's a diesel generator, you don't have to go around filling up propane more and more often. If you have fuel, you have enough to run your generator. So just kind of a nice touch, one less thing to worry about. You're always going to have gallons of diesel on here, so you're going to be able to run your generator quite a bit longer off that than you would off of, say, propane. Moving to the back here. First, I just want to look at it because it's just beautiful. These are gotten so popular for good reason. Drivability, for form factor, and then quality of build. I mean, it's just, there's a reason why these are the best selling ones out there right now. Nice big backup camera. That's a 360-degree backup camera on this system, so when you're in a tight space, you can see kind of helicopter view down at you and see what's all there. I'm gonna lower this guy down so that we can, pardon me. Then just a little access to underneath your couch back here. Kind of use it as trunk space if you'd like. I don't want to show you too much because I want it to the grand entrance from the inside or from the other side. But nice little step here. Those are awesome. I have one on my truck. I think they're great. And then this guy folds down, so you actually might be climbing into bed this way, depending on what kind of camping you're doing or how you're using it. But walking around to this side, you will see the nice big box awning with a really great cover. This piece here will slide right in there, making it completely flush. Wind won't bother your canvas here, and it'll just keep it healthier that much longer. And then for windy days, or it's going to be out for a while, these are braces that'll hook right up to there. I don't have it hooked up. I just slid it out real quick so you can see it. But for more secure things, you hook to there and this form here, and just brace it right into there. But just, I mean, the way that these things are put together, everything's just so smooth, closes so tight. When you're driving them, you can tell too, you feel it. It's just, you don't hear a lot of wind noise, you don't hear a lot of road noise. Things don't clamor a lot in there unless you have ceramic plates in your cabinets. Those are going to make noise, but yeah. Anyway, let's come on in. There's some things I really like, quite a bit I really like about this rig. It starts with the materials they use to make it. This is a Corian type counter, all solid here. You see a lot more solid wood on these than you do in just other rigs from, these newer ones. They're using kind of cheaper and cheaper materials in my opinion, but dovetailed wood here, not a lot of hardware. Here, let me see if I can find there's a great example. So it's all dovetailed here, the way it's pegged in there to fit. Nice stainless steel sink. Got our 2-burner stove right here. Oh, I should have made the bed, pardon me. let me just put this up so y'all can see what it's supposed to look like. I'll just do a hastily job here. There we are. It's a little better. So you have a seating space back here. Easily sit 4 people to hang around and kind of BS with each other, whatever you're doing. You got the TV here, so you actually get kind of a nice little lounge. And again, it's just so nice when they can do something, you know, like reasonable and a space you're actually going to use in such a small area, because it is a small area, and I always say layout is everything, floor plan is everything, and this makes sense. You could have 3-4 people sitting back here and just having a good time, watch a show, or just, you know, enjoy each other like you probably should. This little guy does have a spot for, this is for a table, so that's for the leg that goes right in, so you could even dine back here with a few different people. This guy does turn into a bed, and then this folds out flat, so this whole back area becomes sleeping area if need be. Good storage throughout. It goes all the way back to that side, all the way to that side, and then you got storage all here. What I like about it is it doesn't make you feel too narrow in here, and it also doesn't kind of get in your headspace, so kind of nice. Just to give you guys an idea, this is probably the lowest point on the ceiling is right here at the AC unit. I'm about 6'3.5" with my boots on, and if I stand up totally straight, I'm right about there. So, but that's the only spot. The rest of the coach I can stand up perfectly, and I'd say until about 6'5", 6'6", you're gonna be able to stand up in here. Maybe a little below that, 6'5". I'll say 6'5". Blu-ray DVD player in here. And then just flips through your lights. Oh, it's a mechanically driven one, so this is, you actually don't do that by hand. You press a button and that'll slide right out for you. When you do have this down, you have a little, let me show you. So when this is down, you do have a little extra counter space that flips up there. Put that back down so this thing isn't hanging. And then your fridge here. This is a propane electric fridge. Norcold, looks like it's about 4 cubic feet. So a good sized fridge on something like this. You know, you see a lot of van conversions, they have a little ice box. It's not really quite livable in my mind, so makes it nice and easy. Big storage there in the closet. There's a little table I mentioned to you that goes right in the back, but big closet storage for, you know, jackets, whatever bigger things you might have. Convection and microwave oven there. I'm gonna mosey on over towards you and show you the commode here. Let me get this out of the way, pardon me. So, more than you might expect is a wet bath. So you pull that little piece of carpet out here, and that's your shower pan. And as I mentioned, the lowest point is just that AC unit. So I mean, even me, who's above average in height, not a huge guy, but I can stand up in here no problem. Because it's a wet bath, I've got plenty of space. Not a ton of leg space, I might end up sitting down, but whatever you're doing, you got room for it. Nice little sink in here, do everything in here while you're showering. And you do have a little curtain here if you don't want to have the door closed, if you're a little bit claustrophobic with tighter spaces. And then another thing I love about these Mercedes Sprinters is the way they have the cab set up. You'll notice on a lot of the Ford, Chevy, Dodge Type C's, you don't see a lot of Dodge Type C's, but the cab is sunk down, it's a lot lower, it makes accessing the rest of the rig a lot more difficult. But with this, you know, you definitely can just stand up and go. It makes this area feel so much bigger to me. I love the headspace in here. You don't feel like you're stuck in a car like you do with a lot of Class C's, where it's great having the space behind you, but when you're driving, which is, you know, if you're using it like I do, you're driving a lot to go to places you want to go to. So it's really important to be comfortable in the cabin here, and with this you feel like you're in more of a Type A motorhome, where you have this big visibility, big tall windshield, big tall headspace, and then instant access. Kind of, when I say instant, I just mean easy access to your house, and it's just kind of nice flow through it. So something that I really care about, something I really like. It would drive me crazy being in one that I couldn't just stand around and spin around and grab something from the fridge in. But I mean, beautiful dash, definitely made by Mercedes. You can tell all the controls are your typical Mercedes controls. You do have navigation on here, Bluetooth. You can do all your telephone stuff there. Everything you've kind of have come to expect on these newer motorhomes. Yeah, no, just really easy controls. These it's a 3.6 liter turbo diesel made by Mercedes, and these guys get, well, I already mentioned the fuel mileage, but really where, in my mind, where they're the best is the torque that they create. Horsepower is not as important on these, where torque is, where when you're climbing a hill, things like that, you're not going to be downshifting, you're not struggling, the motor's not going to have a hard time pulling its weight. I mean, with these diesels, you could pull something behind you and you're not really even going to lose fuel mileage. So just less chance of overheating, all the good stuff, all the reliability you get from a diesel you have in this. So huge plus. Longevity is great. People literally put millions of miles on these things. It's not a catchphrase. Look it up. I mean, people put hundreds of thousands of miles per year on them. It's wild, the people that are really all about just nomadic life. But however you're using it, the reliability is there, and just tons of features on it. You got, I think, a 6-way seat, front and back. I don't recall if these swivel, pardon me. I know this one's not going to, but I believe the passenger seat does swivel. Let me look here. Okay. I can promise you the passenger seat swivels, and I'm actually surprised to say it. And yeah, and it'll take a little learning curve to get it to do it, but this will swivel as well. Again, you're not going to be facing straight back unless you really like this wall. You just want to stare at it, but that does swivel too. So for the sake of the video and me not getting frustrated, I'm not going to do it right now until I know how to do it. But they both swivel, adds 2 more seats, and just a lot of really little nice things on here. Good sized glove box on here, nice little storage areas, a couple of cup holders there. Something that I don't think a lot of people think about, but it's big for me, is your door bins are gigantic on it. If you want to get a shot down at that here, I mean, put a big gulp and all your stuff that you just don't know what to do with when you're on the road. You just want a place to put it. Those door bins are awesome. Gosh, what else? I mean, these, I know I'm missing stuff. Sorry, these things come so loaded. It's hard for me to get it all in. I know you have a small inverter on here too for when you're traveling. If you don't want to run the generator, you need, power outlets, maybe watch some TV or something like that. You do have an inverter big enough to power that. Plenty of room on the roof for solar if you wanted to. Of course, this unit does have an air conditioning unit. I believe it's a 15,000 BTU. Is it Dometic? Can't see from here. Air conditioning unit, 15,000 BTU. I believe you have a 30,000 BTU furnace on here as well, so plenty to keep you warm. That diesel generator is very nice. It's nice to have that. They once they get to temp, they're nice and quiet. I actually like the noise. It's not very much noise, but I like it a lot. I think it's actually kind of soothing. But a big generator. They don't, on gas and propane generators, when you start maybe an AC unit or you're running something with a big load, you'll really hear those things bog down. And the diesels don't. They just kind of keep going. They're used to it. They want the load. They're good for it. So, and that, not just that, the longevity of them you can't really beat. You do have the gosh, what do they call it? I'm going to skip it until I can remember, but you have lane departure warning, so it'll beep at you if you start to drift out of your lane. You do have blind spot monitoring, so if someone pulls up to the side of you, you have the little light that flashes on the side. And I don't know if it's what it's called, the collision avoidance, where it's going to stop for you if maybe you're looking at a map, or no one looks at maps. If you're looking at something else instead of the road, like you shouldn't be, but if someone stops real quickly in front of you, someone darts out in front of you, it does have the collision avoidance. And then, like I said, you have blind spot monitoring. All that you can turn off and on if you don't want. Heated mirrors. I mean, again, it's a lot of stuff on here. So if you can imagine it, it probably has it short of heated seats. It does not have heated seats, but you have, a house furnace and a dash here, so you should be able to keep your whole body warm, not just your butt warm. I'm just loaded with features again. So if you guys are interested in something like this, there's not a lot of them out there, not a lot of them reasonably priced like we have this one, and then this thing's like brand new. I mean, in quality wise, it's like brand new. Obviously it's 6 years old or so, but I mean, this is the way to do it. You're gonna pay an arm and a leg buying a brand new one when you can get something the same quality. It's been cared for beautifully. I mean, beautifully cared for a fraction of the price. Here, let me show you these two, and then if you are somewhere for a while, sorry, I'll show you the last thing, just because I just didn't even realize it was here. And then you have curtains on both sides. And this is kind of when those swivel chairs become more valuable to you, is when you can have this all become house space. So this goes about halfway. As you can see, there's another one there. And then this is blowing in my face because the door's open. But it all turns into living space. You know, you flip this chair around, you're facing that way, flip this chair around, you're facing the house. So a lot of really nice features on this thing, and it just ergonomically was made the right way. And that's, I think, Pleasureways, they've been around long enough that that's what people have come to expect. They've done a good job of it. They haven't really changed their game and stepped away from being high quality, being ergonomic and usable by the people that are using it. It's impressive too, because there's all different types of people that use a motorhome like this. You know, you might be a retiree and you might be looking for something to just go see your grandkids in, or you might be an adventure taker, that's not a thing. You might be a adventure enthusiast and you want to just go, you know, explore the country for years, or the continent for years and years. So this is a good one to do it in. I mean, the more you're in here, the more you'll kind of learn that it's set up for you, you know, to use. Use storage up here, big visors there blocking the sun because you have that big tall windshield. So oh, you do have adaptive cruise control on here too. It's a big one, especially if you're doing lots and lots of miles on flat long roads. It's one less thing you have to think about. But I think I'm gonna leave it at that, because if I just keep rambling, I'm gonna just keep rattling off features when I gotta leave something for when you finally come to see it. So anyway, guys, I'm Robbie, RV Sales of Oregon, showing you this 2014 Pleasureway. It is the, oh gosh, I think it's a 19 footer. I'll leave it at that. I'm sorry, I don't have the model number in my head, but it's a Pleasureway. It's beautiful. 3.6 liter turbo diesel Mercedes. And just really, it's hardly any signs of use on it. It's amazing. I like to think I take good care of my stuff, but in 6 years I'd have quite a few more dings on this than this one has, which is none. So anyway, guys, thank you for checking out the video. Sorry for my rambling, but I'm hoping you enjoyed the video. And if you want to come see this rig, just get a hold of me or one of my coworkers. We're happy to take you for a drive, show you all about it, and hopefully get you on the road and get exploring. Thanks.